Hello my friends, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, February 8th, 2022. This is Jennifer. Right off the top, I need to wish a very happy birthday to my favorite human. It is my husband's birthday today, and I am looking forward to just having a nice dinner, and which I'm going to be making, but also I'm going to be making German chocolate cupcakes for him because that's his absolute favorite, anything German chocolate, and I only do it once a year, so that'll be really fun. So I did hand the memory quilts over to my future son-in-law on Saturday. I gave those to him. He really liked his, and I have not heard, I don't know that he's gotten to share with his parents yet, so I don't know that they have theirs, but those are passed on and going to where they are supposed to be, and I hope they bring some amount of comfort. I dove headfirst into a new project. I pulled out all the blocks from Genie, the Kingdom Hearts blocks, and consulted with my son like most of last week on which blocks he wanted and which were missing that he thought he needed, and we've been working on a layout, and you can see it's sort of in progress here. This will definitely be more spread out because it's going to be a much larger quilt, but this is just sort of the rough order. Everything you see here, the blocks, Jeannie made, except I finished this one. She had made the character, and then I did the 13 so that it would mirror the other one. And I'm trying to work with the colors that she had already made blocks out of, because these were her test blocks, so they have all different kind of colors backgrounds. So what I'm doing to bring balance is over here, like I made this guy and I tried to coordinate with the fabric of that block. They are, the two sides are in order by faction, I guess. So we have the nobodies and the heartless, and then my son wants them balanced with what should be on each side. And I am working on, I will give you guys a little sneak peek. I took Jeannie's 20-inch block of the dark side. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And this is just the beginning of it. So I did this part first to make sure that I could, because these pieces are very small. This is 10 inches and it is a 20-inch block. So it's been very interesting. I've been doing a lot of very small hand snipping to make sure I can get everything in and make sure it's flat. I mean, it's quite flat. So I've just been reducing the bulk by hand to make sure I can do that. So that's the beginning of this. I've made a bunch of the other pieces. This was a fat quarter, this red, and I don't have enough because there's so much trimming and so many tiny pieces. I don't have enough. But I texted Amber, who, this is a Stonehenge and it's an older one. And I texted her because I know that back in the day, she and I were both collecting Stonehenge. So I messaged her a picture and was like, do you have this? And she has two of the colors, two of the reds from this line, and she's sending me both. So I'm holding off until those come to piece anymore. So if I need to blend any, I can do that. So I made this guy. He's called a shadow. I made him. And then I did the checkerboard because my son has been Roxas a couple of different times. He was Roxas for Halloween when he was little. That was the first Roxas costume I ever made. And then he was Roxas for a con when he was an undergrad, and that one we actually collaborated on. I did most of the fabric part and he did the keyblade and the props. Roxas is very important to him, so the center of this is going to be a keyblade on one side, and I designed a new larger Roxas charm for him. He wanted one more detailed and he wanted it bigger and he wanted the orientation to be different, so I just went ahead and designed one just for him, and so that'll be in the center. And then above where it says Kingdom Hearts, actually I think below the Kingdom Hearts, it'll be the heart with crown, because that's like the Kingdom Hearts symbol. So that's in progress. I'm waiting for some fabric. He chose a really dark purple to kind of pull everything together. I didn't have any yardage of anything very dark. Lots of lavender. I have a lot of lavender in my stash, but not a lot of dark purple. So we found that and ordered it. Should be here this week, and you know, when this fabric from Amber comes, and then I can sort of start working on that again. I do have a couple other really fun things to share. I did, as I told you guys, treat myself to a trip to Austin Creative Reuse. I went on Wednesday morning and it was right before the ice storm blew in. So I did that, and then I went to the grocery store and it was crazy, but Austin Creative Reuse, definitely more fun. I dropped some stuff off and I did a little shopping. they had so much grunge in their quilting fabric that I had to use an immense amount of self-control, because like 3/4 of a yard is like $2.25. Guys, I had to really use self-control because I wanted all of it. I wanted to take all of it home, and I don't have that kind of room. And I'm trying to not keep more fabric than I have space for, so I have been actually cleaning out some fabric, but also like I wanted all of this grunge. I did buy some. It's all in my stash now because grunge is just such a good background fabric. It's such a good bring it all together fabric, as I mentioned a couple weeks ago. I got that. I got some purples. I got a couple yellows because I have trouble finding good yellows, so I'm always, whenever I see a good yellow, I try to get it for my stash. I bought a few office supplies. I love Post-it notes. I use them to mark. You can probably see them up here. I use them to mark things when I'm working. They have tons of Post-it notes, so I got a bunch that were brand new, still in the package. And I got a new tape dispenser that I'm more excited about than I probably should be, but I've been looking for something like this for a while. You can buy these new, but they're kind of stupid expensive, probably because not that many people want them. I found a tape dispenser for my masking tape, and the reason I originally wanted this, which is not really an issue anymore, but still, so back when I was post-surgical, the Talk to Me Tuesday family kept me in care packages for weeks. I mean, like months, really. And part of the thank you gift that I did for everyone were I made these little vinyl tags that have Talk to Me Tuesday and our names. This was my test one. I did one for myself first to make sure it works. So these are like little vinyl name tags. So I would tape down, and I'll explain that in a second. I would tape down with masking tape. Tearing masking tape when you're standing on one leg is not very fun. So that's when I first started thinking, I need a tape dispenser for this. And I've just sort of had my eye out. I've been looking around, and I found this guy. The base was actually the same color brown as this, but it had cracked and all of the sand had come out. So what you're hearing in there, that sound, that's cat litter, because that's what I had, and it needed to be weighted in order to use it as a tape dispenser. So that's what I used, and then I super glued it closed, and I put this fun duct tape on top just to make it more cute. It's not really, wasn't really to be functional, it's just to make it more cute. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. Last to share with you guys, but definitely not least, is I have some really good mail that came in. I actually had this stuff last week, but I had so much on my mind and wanted to share the memory quilts with you guys that I didn't share this stuff. First, our beautiful, lovely Susan Pepper sent me a whole stack of wonderful, this one is a fabric, but all the rest of this, these are all quilt tops for Linus. And Susan, these are the prettiest, happiest quilt tops. I mean, guys, look at these colors. I cannot wait to quilt these. It's going to be so fun. I have on my list for this week to get backs ready for these so I can hang them with my other quilt tops that need to be quilted. This amazing pile of goodness are orphan blocks, quilt tops, almost completed quilt, and a whole bunch of yardage, all for Linus quilts. And this all came from Kathy, and Kathy's from Tennessee, and she just messaged me and was like, hey, would you like this stuff for your charity? And I was like, if you aren't going to use it locally, absolutely. And so she sent it to me, and this will all go to Linus. I will quilt what I can. I might share a little bit. It really warms my heart when someone tells me that they want to share with Linus, and I'm always up for people sharing locally, but sometimes that doesn't work out for people. And when you send it to me, I always do my best. Either I make it into a quilt and get it out to a charity, usually my Linus connection. Sometimes I send stuff to Jules because she does Project Linus in Albuquerque, but for the most part it goes to my group, and it just means a lot to me. So thank you guys so much for sharing your beautiful work. Thank you, Susan, and thank you, Kathy. Guys, that is going to be it for me. I really hope to have more progress to show you guys on this next week. Like I said, I'm just waiting for fabric, and I have 1, 2, 3 and about a half blocks to paper piece for this to get it to the point where I can assemble. It's very close, and most of the work was Jeannie. And Jeannie, again, I know I've said thank you 100 times, but it means the world to me, and my son is so excited about this, and he doesn't get excited about much, so that's just a lot. So happy birthday to my husband. I hope you guys are well. I don't have an update on Dipper, guys. I'm sorry, the ice storm backed up all the labs and stuff, and we don't have his test back. So I don't have an update on that. I know I just sort of dropped that on you in the picture last week that he's not doing well, but I will give you guys more of an update when I have more of an update. Have a wonderful week. Have a crafty week. Don't forget to share your video if you would like to join us. Link is in the description for how to join the Talk to Me Tuesday family on WordPress. I will see you next week.